Hello good people, welcome to my channel. My name is Ronnie. This is going to be a video where I look at all of the stuff that I sold on two main platforms, eBay and whatnot. Without further ado, let's venture over to eBay and see how my week was. Okie dokie, so we are looking at the period of April 25th to May 1st. These sales figures are compared to the week previous, so down a little bit, but still a pretty good week. $353 in total sales after fees, shipping costs, $176 in my pocket. So let's get into the weeds a little bit and show you exactly what comprised of that dollar amount. First item, we've got a brand new fishing shirt, and I picked this up for $5. Not a super good flip. It was in my store for quite a while. Once again, with the white on white background, I know that that one's kind of an old one. So whenever I get offers for stuff with that kind of background, I know that it's been in there a while, and I'm more likely to accept a lower offer than I would if it was my newer background. So maybe I need to change up my background every so often. That way I know like how old something is actually. This is one of those super cheap pickups where you can go to the thrift store and put as much stuff in a bag as you possibly can, and it's only $3. So this probably cost me maybe 10 cents and it sold for $7 pretty quick. Because as you can see, we are upgraded to the newer background. T-ball and baseball gloves have been a tremendously good seller for me. This was another one that went into a $3 bag, so I've got probably a quarter into it. It's a Transformers glove, which is pretty awesome. I would have loved to have had that glove whenever I was a kid. Sold for $15 plus shipping. These were a longer hold for me, so we're not on the white on white background, but these are Ultra running shoes. I bought these at Goodwill several months back. Didn't know anything about them, didn't do anything to clean them up. I purchased them for $6. They sold for $21 plus shipping. Expired ink cartridges. Go figure. You know, it says right in the title, Best Buy January 2017. Still sold for $7 plus shipping. I've got 50 cents into it, so it's a pretty good flip. I like hard goods like this a lot more than clothing because they're easy to store, they're easy to list. It's just a much quicker turnaround. Speaking of clothing and things that are harder to list and are not as quick of turnaround, this is an early thrifting pickup for me. I believe that I spent $3 on this. Again, we're on the white on white background, so we know that it's an old one, Abercrombie & Fitch. Sold for $11 plus shipping. Probably my favorite flip of the week. There was a little bit of effort and work put into this one just to lay all of the books out. I contemplated just kind of photographing them in a big pile and not doing the covers, but I feel like this picture probably brought some people in. I bought all of these books, all of them, 45 of them for $1. It was crazy. Whenever I go to a thrift store and they've got a lot of books by the same author, I will always buy those, especially if the price is $1 for 45 books, because people are looking to pick up, large lots of books by a specific author. So pretty easy flip overall. I did wind up getting insurance on this because I had an order last week that was media mail that got delivered to a customer, and the only thing that got delivered was a piece of cardboard and a note that says, "We care. We care. However, we destroyed your package and your books are nowhere to be found." Those were sent media mail. I packaged them really well, but they just didn't show up. So since there were so many books in this and because it was a higher dollar order, I did purchase insurance, and it was only an extra like $2 to get $40 worth of insurance coverage on this. Definitely worth it for a little bit of peace of mind. Not a good flip here for me. This was a pickup at a Goodwill for $5, and as you can see, it only sold for $9 plus shipping, and it was in my store forever. So Puma golf polos, no thank you. I bought this just because it was weird to see it in a thrift store. I wanted to try it on just to see what that would be like, and I did, and I got that experience. I spent $5 on it, and I sold it for $15. So winning, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, white on white background, that's the theme. I sent out a bunch of offers, so I was trying to purge some inventory and just kind of get some money back. This was another one that I bought at Goodwill for $5. Size small, so that's probably why that one didn't do too well. It's good condition, kind of a loud, crazy banana color, but yeah, it only sold for $7 plus shipping. Super cool pair of Darth Vader Crocs here, not in the best of condition. I didn't do anything to clean them up. They did light up, so that still worked, and I paid $1 for them and sold them for $15 plus shipping, and they were not listed very long, so good flip. Paid $2 for this pair of padded football, it's a shirt, but it's got the pads built into it. I would have loved to have had something like that whenever I was a kid. That would have been pretty nice and cozy, I would imagine. But I think the best offer was $9 that I accepted for this. I only had $2 into it, and I was ready to part ways with it. Yet another super old listing here. This shirt had a little bit of a stain on the collar or the backside somewhere. This is a hat that I bought at TJ Maxx for $1. It had never been used, never been worn. So the shirt and hat combo struck somebody nicely as I sent out an offer for $9 plus shipping for both of them, and somebody accepted. Tommy Bahama was a brand that I was definitely on the lookout whenever I first started thrifting. People were talking about these Tommy Bahama silk shirts and how well they sell, and they sell for $30, $40 a piece. I don't know if I'm just getting the wrong kind or what. That has not been my experience. I've sold a couple of them, but they've all sold for the $10 to $15 range. I don't get it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If you got some knowledge about Tommy Bahama, drop it in the comments. I would like to learn more about what I am not seeing or doing with Tommy Bahama. I've got a Fighting Illini Nike hoodie. This was a very early on thrift pickup when I was still photographing things on the rug there in the basement. Had it originally listed for maybe $30 and just kept going down and down and down, and finally sent out an offer for $15 over the weekend, and it sold. It's going to Kansas City, which I thought was kind of odd. Like there should not be any Illinois fans in Kansas City, but I guess there is. So I was glad to part ways with that one because Illinois. Bleh. Didn't say it at the top, but I sold 16 items on eBay, and this is the last one that we need to cover. A pair of men's New Balance running shoes. New Balance was another thing whenever I was first out and about that I was like, ooh, New Balance, I can get those. No matter what they are, they're going to sell for $40, $50 a pop. I paid $5 for these. They sold for $15. Again, we're in the white on white background, so they were in my inventory forever. I was happy to sell them to somebody. And, I got $10 out of them. That's not too terrible. Shoes are fairly easy to list if you don't have to clean them up. So I don't mind listing shoes. I just haven't had that much luck in selling them. A lot of them seem to sit around for a long time, even though I have them priced very competitively. But that's it for eBay. Let's jump over to Whatnot. All right, so for our time period, we're covering the 25th to the 1st. So we've got 4 auctions to review here. So it's hard to really describe, I guess, what it was that I sold on Whatnot. Or I guess I can describe it, but I can't really show you guys because there aren't pictures of each individual item like there are on eBay. But I sold $477 worth of stuff in this auction, and we did a minifigure draft, and we did new parts. Those were the main 2 things that we did in this one. So again, rinse and repeat. This was the very next day. Did the exact same thing, minifigure draft and new part lots, $595. And it looks like both of them started at 5:30 p.m. I'm really interested to see some information about like what's the best time, best days of the week to stream. Obviously, you have more luck a little bit later at night rather than during the day. I had a stream on a Sunday afternoon once though, and that one did really well. So I think pretty much any time on the weekends is okay as long as you give people time to wake up. But then if you're looking at the weekdays, I don't know anybody really that's probably having a ton of success streaming, like during the regular workday, but I don't know, maybe they are. It's just not really possible for me because I have a day job, a regular day job that pays the bills, thankfully. Next one, this was my first experiment with the live Pick-a-Brick Big Cup. If you guys have seen my other videos, the one that came out actually right before this one, instead of doing like little 1.5 to 2 ounce bags of Lego, I decided to do large packages of Lego, resulting in about 10 ounces each time. But instead of just packaging up the Lego and then showing people what you get, I made it kind of a game. So I had a grid that was like 5x5 with all kinds of different cups of Lego pieces in them. And then I opened up the bid at $10, and then whoever won that bid, they could pick as many cups as they wanted of the colors that were in front of them on that 5x5 grid and fill up their Pick-a-Brick cup, which it was really, really successful. I think the average going price for each of the Pick-a-Brick cups was like $17, and I moved a ton of inventory. So much so that I only had to do this one and then one more auction, and then all of the parts were gone. But this one was great, $847, pretty much on just purely brick, it was a lot of fun. Final auction to cover. This was another one of those experiments. Can I go to eBay? Can I find a lot that I think is really good? And then can I flip it on Whatnot? So the lot sold for $664 in total. I paid $460 for the lot. Let me switch back over to eBay and I'll show you exactly what that lot looked like. All right, so here it is in all of its glory. You can see that we've got a list price of $480. That's how much I originally paid. However, whenever I received the items, I found out that there was only 75 minifigures. And as you can see right there in the title, it says 85. So I was basing my purchase price upon that 85. I was doing some math, $480 divided by 85. And that's what I knew I needed to sell each one of those minifigures for in order to break even. So whenever I found out there were 10 less, I messaged the seller. I said, hey, there's only 75 minifigures in there. No accidents happened, but can you do anything to compensate me? They wrote back and said, oh, yeah, I guess I miscounted. How about a $20 refund? Or no, actually, they didn't say anything at first. They were just like, oh, yeah, I miscounted. I said, well, can you offer any money back? Because I would like to keep what I have. I don't really want to send it back. And he said, no, why don't you just send it back and I'll give you a full refund. I was like, again, I don't want to send it back. I'm happy with what I have. It's going to be a big waste of my time and your time if I have to send all of this stuff back. And they were still kind of insistent on that. And I said, how about a $50 refund? Just throw $50 back at me. Because in my mind, my logic was breaking it down, each one of these minifigures based upon that 85 minifigure count at $480. That's about $5 per minifigure. So if I'm missing 10 minifigures times $5, that's $50. They said, no, I'm not giving you 50. And I said, okay, well, how about 30? And they said, no, not giving you 30. I'll give you 20. That's the best I can do. I was like, okay, I guess, if that's the best you can do. And I kind of went on a little rant about how, you got to take care of your customers. And if you make a mistake, then you have to take that responsibility. They didn't say anything back to me. They gave me the $20 and they blocked me. I found out I can't buy anything else from Lego Bob's store, which kind of stinks because Lego Bob's has really good prices. They made a mistake and we just couldn't, I guess, see eye to eye on who really was in the wrong. So in their case, if I've got a customer that's kind of harassing me and doing stuff like that, I would block them, but I don't feel like I was harassing them. But I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this situation. Was I in the wrong? Was I asking for too much? Should they have given a little bit more? Where are you guys at on that? Learning opportunities, that's where it's at. But so the minifigures that you see above me now, the 4 guys with the hats, apparently that's a bounty hunter, and it's not very common to come across those. And it was really weird to have 4 of them. They were all in pretty much immaculate condition. And then the gentleman to the right is Mace Windu with a light-up lightsaber. Also quite rare. The light-up lightsaber didn't work, but it still sold for really good money. And then now up above me, the gentleman with the hat, that's Cad Bane. Really cool minifigure. I wound up giving that one to Andy, friend of the channel, huge supporter of all of the stuff that I do on Whatnot. So that's kind of a good example. Instead of doing giveaways to random people, I am more than happy to give stuff away to people that are just an outpouring of support and just buying stuff like crazy. And I feel like that's a better way to go for me rather than just kind of doing the random giveaways on Whatnot. But if you see that person to the right of me with the mask on, that was the most expensive minifigure. I had no idea. Apparently that's about a $70 minifigure going rate for that one. It sold for $50 in my Whatnot auction, and I was just tickled about that. Tickled, I say. The cool thing about buying these lots and just kind of throwing stuff up on Whatnot, you don't have to have that exact price knowledge of what stuff is worth. As long as I think you put on a good show, you promote it, people know what they're going to get before they get into the auction, you kind of build some hype, then you're going to get a fair market value for the figure. You're not going to get the top market value. So this one, if I sold it on eBay, Bricklink, places like that, I could get $70, $80 for it every day of the week. But if you're just looking for a quick flip, if you don't have the knowledge, Whatnot is just a spectacular platform for newbie noobs like me that just don't have that breadth of knowledge on pricing to be able to sell stuff like this. And that one was really exciting for me. And now, because that happened, I now have that knowledge that I need to be on the lookout for that minifigure whenever I am out hunting and looking at bulk lots on eBay. So that'll wrap it up for this week's edition of everything that I sold on the eBays and the Whatnots. Thank you guys so much for watching. Man, we've got 92 subscribers as of the time of the recording of this video. I'm so excited about that. I've got another channel called Builder Buds where it's just a bunch of vlogs, and I've been doing that for 2 years, and the purpose of that one isn't to get subscribers, but it is nice to have people kind of into what it is you're putting out in the world, and that one is almost at 300. So for this channel to only have been out for, I guess, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months, and to get all of the people coming over from Whatnot and getting lots of new people in the comments. It's just really cool. It makes me feel really good. I'm enjoying making the videos. I'm enjoying doing the auctions. I hope that you guys are getting something out of them. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. Thank you so much for watching. As always, happy buying, happy selling. Have a good one. Take care, everybody.